Hi everyone, welcome back to Patrick Perspective. We're your hosts, Sarah
and David.
And today we're going to be talking about our volunteer work with TechGirlz, how we first got into it, a little bit about our first workshop, and then what we've been doing with them since. So I know your company, DSA, is what first got us started into it. If you want to tell us a little bit how we first got into it.
So we were trying to do something for a year and a half back in, it was like 2013, maybe even 20. I mean, I joined in 2012, so really shortly after I joined DSA, I started talking about we need to do some sort of community outreach. I'd already been doing user groups for the professionals around the area, but I wanted to do something different. And I knew Microsoft was doing something called TechGirlz, where they would bring in different instructors. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, and they would bring in different trainers to work with young ladies to get them interested in STEM. But it was a Microsoft only effort. So one of our folks at DSA, Marie Myers, head of our HR, said, Dave, there's this thing out of Philly, out of Drexel, or somehow it was associated with Drexel because they were having workshops there, called TechGirlz. Why don't you look into that? And lo and behold, we looked into it. We signed. They didn't have anyone in Maryland yet, so we signed up. We did the training, and said that we're going to start holding our own workshops. And we partnered up with the Harford County Boys and Girls Club. They were like, we'd love to have after-school STEM workshops. And started, our very first one was April 2016. The only thing we were missing, we had a couple of adult volunteers, we had the audience, we had been marketing, but we needed a strong first presenter. We needed somebody who could connect with the girls, that was, positive, and maybe brought to them an energy of having not done it before. Sarah. You were voluntold.
Yes, so
tell us what happened.
A little bit to get into how I got involved. So we heard about how DSA came to be with TechGirlz, but for me, I was not currently, but at the time was a sophomore in high school, and I was still figuring out what I wanted to do with my life, really.
And TechGirlz, we should say, was geared for middle school girls.
Yes.
So you were a few years older.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Right, yes, I know. I think we skimmed over that TechGirlz. They provide these workshops to run targeted for middle school age girls to get them more involved in real life examples of technology.
Yes.
Right. Yes, so my dad looked to me, who was sophomore in high school, as you said, just a couple years older than these girls, but not quite sure what I wanted to do yet. I knew generally that I liked STEM.
Yes.
So, technology is not a field, but I wasn't sure exactly that. Again, I was still pretty young, figuring things out, and you came up to me and you were like, hey, we're starting this thing called TechGirlz. We want to have a first workshop soon. Will you run it? And I was like,
it was more like, you're going to run it.
I think first you were like, will you run it? And I was like, I don't know. And you were like,
yes.
you should run it.
Yes.
And I was like,
already signed you up.
Right, pretty much. And I was like, okay. And honestly, I was still extremely nervous at the time. I was really nervous about public speaking overall, pretty more shy, definitely an introvert, still consider myself an introvert. And the idea of presenting a topic that I was unfamiliar with to a group of girls did not sound like...
Add that to the mix.
Right.
WordPress, can you learn it?
Right. It was all like, I'm not sure. But luckily, TechGirlz provides everything for you. They have the curriculum, the slide deck, how to run the workshops, as well as a great community of people that have run these workshops in the past that you can get advice from. So even though I was obviously still very nervous, I had great resources to prepare me to run this workshop. And then, in April 2016, we ran our first one. I was a nervous wreck. I even made my own example website. And again, these are middle school age girls, and even though I was only a couple years older, I was in high school. I thought I was like, I was a big bad high schooler. So I was like, what should I make my example website about? And I was like, I like cats. The cats are cute. These girls will probably see that as cute and relate to it. And sure enough, they loved it. It was cute. And I forgot to mention that my big worry of this workshop was that I was going to feel too much like school. Because Harford County Boys and Girls Club, it was after school program usually that these kids went to. So, kids want to be kids. They might just want to hang out.
Have fun.
And, right. They don't want to think about school. They don't want to think about work. And I was worried that these workshops are going to feel like that. But I was completely wrong. Not only did the girls really love my website, but they really loved the content of making it.
They had fun making their own websites.
100%. And not only like did they just have fun making it, but they were doing it on topics that I was so surprised. Like, again, they're middle school age girls, and they were doing topics on social injustice or their passions for music, or some of them were trying to start a business. They're asking us questions we didn't even know about.
Like, hey, how do I copyright this? I'm like, whoa.
Right, we're like, whoa, you're in middle school. That is impressive. And
it was really impressive.
Right, and we had a group of volunteers, and they would come around and ask their questions, of course, but there was times I even found that they'd be like, hey, like, Sarah, can you come over here? And I was like, oh, what's up? And they'd be like, I just want to show you my website.
Check out my website.
Right, they just wanted me to look at it. That made me so happy. And we had a little presentation time at the end.
We had them present their
and they were just really proud of what they made.
And that was really the whole point of it. We wanted to inspire them, wanted to get them interested and excited about STEM, and they were absolutely excited about their websites and you know, just so enthusiastic about, hey, check it out, show it to us. It was fantastic. And we've been doing it, we were doing them monthly throughout the school year. Then we did a couple of special events. We did the Code Breakers where we set the world record.
The world record for the most girls coding at once. That was really cool.
Yep, that was March, I think 2019 we did that. And now lately we've been doing camps.
Yeah, so obviously we're still in a pandemic right now, so we've been doing virtual events. And right, we've been doing camps, so a couple multi-day ones where we take either one workshop or we combine a couple workshops and we do them over a few days, and it allows the girls to really immerse themselves even more into whatever topic we're talking about and have more time to spend on it. Because we've had a lot of times with our one-day workshops, which is only like 2 hours, at the end they'd be like, I'm not done!
I want more time, when will you be back?
Yes, they would always ask us when we'd be back, and that was really sweet. And we'd be like, oh, next month!
Yeah, so
but you can keep working on it.
The camps are cool because we'll say, we'll see you tomorrow. And we did like a 4-day camp. We did a mini 2-day camp over the winter. We did the summer camp. We might do something during spring break coming up.
That's in the works.
Another summer camp is definitely planned.
Yes.
As well as every now and then we'll do one of those monthly, so if you go to techgirls.org/volunteer, or volunteers, one of those two, there's all these opportunities. You can get involved. We actually go out there and we see if anyone has a camp that they need someone who's been experienced doing it, right? We did that one that we did for, I think it was Mercy.
Yeah, Mercy College in New York. It's really easy now because they're all virtual, so you can help out any group that you want. And sure enough, they just needed a leader. They had a bunch of people that wanted to be TAs or helpers.
Right, because they were just getting started.
Right,
they want
just
someone
like
who
how
had done
we were.
It. Right.
So I stepped in. Luckily, it was one that we did before. It was mobile app design with Marvel.
Yep.
So I was happy to lead that one, and our other volunteers who we had never worked with before.
Right.
But they were amazing, and now they have stepped forward, and they're going to keep doing their workshops with their group. And yeah, it's always really great to give back, and again, really inspiring, not just for the girls, but for us as well.
Inspiring for the girls, inspiring for us, and inspiring for us to work with other adults that are then saying, hey, let's do it. So it's like spreading like a virus, which normally is a bad thing, but this is a good thing.
Right, good one. Right, I didn't even mention that. Right, when I first started, I was a sophomore in high school, didn't really know what I wanted to do, and TechGirlz really helped me as a high schooler realize, oh, like, I think tech would be a great path for me, which is what I'm still doing now, 5 years later.
Success!
Right, it worked out. But yeah, if you're interested, check out techgirls.org. There's definitely lots of volunteer opportunities, especially since it's all virtual now. You can help out with any groups, or you can just obviously reach out to us, and we're happy to share any other information.
Absolutely.
But yes, thank you for joining us on this episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. What's that sound? Oh no! Yes, it's time for another Patrick Prize Patrol.
Whoa.
What's this week's Patrick Prize Patrol task?
Yeah, so since we were talking about TechGirlz and getting involved with TechGirlz, and we really want you to check out the organization and their website, our task is for you to go to their website,
TechGirlz.org.
Yep, and go look at all of their workshops. And they have a bunch of different topics, so I just want you to browse through and tell us, what is your favorite topic?
Mine's Kodu, but don't tell me.
Oh, that's mine too.
Jinx.
So go and look. There's so many topics, so it's going to be really cool to check out. And make sure you let us know which one's your favorite on Twitter.
Yes.
At Patrick Perspect. You can even hashtag Patrick prize patrol.
Yes.
And we'll be checking and we'll choose some winners for our mystery prize.
Sounds
I'm
good.
excited. Alright, hopefully you can check out Tech Girls and let us know. Good luck.
Bye.